Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming to my home buying program today, my home buying event, my home buying class. I kind of just want to teach you all about the process of actually buying a home step by step. It's actually 10 steps that I want you guys just to learn on how you can actually buy your home. So make sure you guys drop a comment if you guys have any questions. I can answer any questions while I'm doing the event, and also at the end I'll go over any questions that you guys may have. So thank you everybody for coming. So I kind of want to just wait a few minutes and kind of get everything set up, wait on everybody to come in. If you guys have any questions, like I said, go ahead and drop your questions in the comments. And I hope everybody is having a great day too. Hope everybody is having a great day. So let me go ahead and get everything set up. I have to add an additional screen for us. So I'll go ahead and get that set up now. How is everybody doing? I know I've been having a crazy week, crazy few weeks actually. My uncle passed away and I was his power of attorney, so I was in charge of handling so much. And since I'm pregnant, I'm like, listen, I'm not doing all of this. I can't do all of this. I can't. For health reasons and just for sanity at the same time. So yeah, I've been dealing with that, but I've been having a lot of interviews, you guys. So hopefully you guys been seeing my interviews with my other realtors. So I've been having a lot of interviews with the other realtors. So hopefully you guys been seeing that. I know it's been a long time. You're from Illinois. Oh, it's gonna start getting cold. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, though. It's gonna start getting cold. So I'm in Florida now. I was originally from Wisconsin, so I had to leave the cold. I was just so happy when I actually just left. I was so happy when I actually left. I couldn't do the cold any longer. Couldn't do the home any do the code any longer. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, guys, girls, you know I like to say you guys, but if anybody have any questions, make sure you guys let me know. I'll go ahead and answer those questions for you. And remember, it's not such thing as a stupid question. So if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. It's okay. I'll answer it for you. And if I catch it while I'm doing the presentation, then I'll go ahead and answer it. But if not, I'll answer it at the end. Now, I kind of cater this towards the whole United States, but I have a lot of clients where I'm actually referring them out to all my realtors that I'm partners with. So if you're in Illinois, then I could send you out to somebody that's in Illinois. If you're in Wisconsin, I can send you to somebody in Wisconsin. So no matter where you're at, I'll be able to help you. But if you're actually here in Florida, I'll be your actual realtor. So I'll be hands-on with you through the whole process. So yeah, no matter where you at, I'll be able to help you. Just let me know where you at and I'll be able to help you through all the steps that you'll have to go through to actually get your home. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen of the presentation and then we'll go ahead and get started. Kimberly, we'll talk about how long it's going to take to increase your credit score within the presentation because it's different for everybody. But I'll talk about like the different things when it comes down to increasing your credit score. But we'll talk about that within the presentation. So let me see. Let me share my screen. Let me see. Okay, so I think I'm sharing the screen now. Let me make sure I add that window on. And you know what, you guys, I actually won't be able to answer any questions until after the presentation, but I'll be sure to make sure I answer everyone's question after the presentation for sure. So let me go ahead and get started. So for this live video, I want to tell you guys about the home buyer steps, like the roadmap, what you have to do to actually buy a home. A lot of people, they're confused on what they have to do. They don't know the step-by-step process. So I kind of came up with this presentation so I can actually tell you guys the simple steps that you guys can take. Now, we can go into greater details. If you guys want to go into greater detail, just make sure you drop the questions. And if you drop a question, kind of be a little specific, because like I said too, I won't be able to answer questions until after the presentation is over. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get started. So my name is Rickita Cannon. If you guys don't know, last name may be changing soon. It will be changing soon. So I like to just be referred to as Rickita. So I have my own real estate brokerage in Florida. So I used to be a realtor in Wisconsin, but I have my own real estate brokerage in Florida, and it's called Rickita Realty. So that's kind of, if you guys were to be in Florida and I was to be a realtor, you will see Rickita Realty on most of your documentation. Now, the agenda today is I want us to talk about us, the Rickita Realty, my brand, and I want to talk about the process, the home buying process in 10 steps. So it's not hard to buy a home at all. You just really need to know the steps, and you need to go step by step and just get it done. Now, again, a little bit about myself. My name is Rickita Cannon. I'm the owner of Rickita Realty. I've been in real estate, the industry, for about 8 years now. So I specialize in buying and selling residential properties in Florida. And then also, like I told you guys, no matter where you're at, I have connections in other states. So if you're looking to buy a home in a different state, I'll be able to help you with that process too, because I can refer you out to one of my partner realtors. So anybody that I'm partnered with in your state, in your city. So don't worry about it. I usually send a lot of clients out. I just recently had clients get approved and connected with realtors in Texas, Georgia, Wisconsin, even somewhere in Florida too, because certain areas I can't do in Florida, California. So I don't care where you at. I can go ahead and help you get pre-approved for a mortgage, and I can connect you with a realtor. Now, this is my career timeline. So in 2013, I actually bought my first home. I bought my first home. It was a condo, 3-bedroom, 1.5 baths. That was not like your traditional buying, like how you guys would probably buy a home. I bought something with a tax foreclosure where it was actually someone didn't pay the taxes and the city was selling it. So I bought it from the city, and it was really cheap. I only paid $8,700 for that property. I fixed it up, and I actually still have that property now. And I'm going to actually sell that property starting next week. Next weekend. I'm going to have it on the market starting next weekend. I have to go back down to Wisconsin because that's where the property is at, and actually sell that home. Now, I kind of sad about selling that home because I have sentimental value with it. I had 2 children at home by myself without a doctor. I had them in that home. So I'm like, I don't want to give it up, but it's time to give that property up. And in 2016, I actually bought 4 more properties. So when I bought these properties, you guys, I bought one property as a rental property. I paid $5,000 for it. You know, I like to go into tax foreclosures. If you guys want to go into tax foreclosures, I can definitely talk about tax foreclosures, but I bought one property, and then 2 months later, I bought 3 more properties. So yeah, you guys, it was just like, as soon as you know the method of buying a home, you just go ahead and just keep tackling it. Now, when I got all these properties, I was like, man, I should buy properties with other people. Y'all, let's invest. Let's buy properties together. But then I realized too, like, you know, my realtor was okay in terms of getting the job done, but I just wanted to know more, you know, so that's why I got my real estate license. So I actually passed for my real estate license that same year, but I didn't join a brokerage until the following year. And that's when I kind of started helping people with their credit a little bit, because I realized credit was necessary. But also, I didn't really start helping people with their credit until, like, I'm going to really help you out with your credit until like 2018. And I moved from Wisconsin to Florida this year. So when I came here, I was able to open my own brokerage. Now, like I told you guys before when I was in Wisconsin, I was a realtor. I had to be under someone else's company, but now I actually own the full-on company, and I can have realtors under my name, which I will have pretty soon. So I'll have other realtors that's under my company that will be able to help you guys. But it's kind of like the spill on me and my career timeline. So you guys, I help a lot of people that want to list their properties too. Some people, they want to get into a different home. So I help them throughout the whole process of selling their home and actually buying another home. So if you guys already have a home and you need to really sell that home so that you can buy another home, kind of like I told you about my home in Wisconsin. I'm not selling that home to buy another home, but someone, another realtor or myself, can actually help through that process of actually selling that home so I can go ahead and buy another home. So if you guys are looking to sell your property, definitely let me know. Now, you guys, I had access to my old page, my old Facebook page. I am so sad I don't have access anymore to that page, but I had over 58,000 people that actually liked my page. So if you guys still look on Facebook, Rickita Realtor and Credit Repair Expert, I want you guys to look for this image here, because if you see that, then you'll know, oh, that's Rickita's page. And this was my old page from when I was in Wisconsin. I lost access to that page. I'm so sad about it. But yeah, you guys, you'll see all my testimonials there for home buying. You can see too, these are some clients I helped actually buy a home in Wisconsin. And the process was very different for each person, but definitely you guys will see like the different results I had. And then too, I have a client right here that said that her credit score went up 90 points in 3 months. Now, everybody's situation for credit is different. So let me kind of go over that just a little bit right now. I always tell people, if you really want your credit score to go up a lot and you want it to go up fast, then you really need to make sure you have 4 credit cards on your credit report. So apply for 4 different credit cards. Make sure that you are not maxing out your credit cards too. So make sure that if you have, make sure you look on Credit Karma. I guess it's the easy way for me to explain it to you. Look on Credit Karma, make sure your utilization is under 5%. Like those 2 ways right there, it's like the fastest way to really boost your credit score up really fast. And on top of that too, you need to remove the negative accounts from your credit report. So removing accounts from your credit reports is different for each person. It really is, you guys. So I have some clients where they come in, I can just remove everything in 1 month. And then I have some clients where it's like, okay, I haven't gotten anything removed this month. The next month, nothing's removed. But then the 3rd month, they'll see more than half of their accounts gone. Then you have some clients where they'll come in, you'll remove a few accounts the 1st month, a few accounts the 2nd, 3rd month, they'll gradually get results. So everybody's situation is different, but definitely make sure you check out like the different videos I have on YouTube and follow those steps. And I have my exclusive credit membership, so you guys can know, like watch those videos that I have inside the exclusive credit membership, because they tell you everything that you need to do to boost your credit. And you guys also have access to the letters. You guys will have access to the letters to remove the accounts from your credit reports. And then also, if you're a member, I can actually send those letters out for you. So that's a little bit about my testimonials and results. Make sure you guys go to Facebook, like I said, and check those out. Now, these are a few results that I put here, but if you guys are on my YouTube channel, or YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, you guys probably see a lot of my results all the time. But I always try to help people understand that to get a mortgage is not that hard. The thing is you just need to work towards it. Seriously, just work towards it. And that's why I have my exclusive credit membership, because a lot of times people want to get a mortgage, but their credit is not where it needs to be. So that's why I have my exclusive credit membership. We help clients increase their credit score and remove accounts from their credit reports. So you can see right here, some student loans were removed. A client, their credit score went up 74 points. And this one right here went up 129 points. Now, sometimes, you guys, everybody results is different. Maybe your credit score is only going to go up 20 points. Maybe it's only going to go up 10 points. But if you guys have Credit Karma every week, as long as you see something happening, that's why I say have 4 credit cards. As long as you see something happening where it's like, oh my gosh, my credit went up 10 points this week, or next week it went 15 points. All of that adds up, you guys. So definitely get Credit Karma if you don't have it, and sign up for the exclusive membership. I should have it in the description, but I'll make sure, or if you guys text the score to 21,002, I think I have a link there where you guys can actually join. So let's go into the home buying steps. So the stages for purchasing a home in Florida or in the United States in general. Now, the home buying process is not that difficult, you guys. So I want to kind of just breeze through it because it's not that difficult. If I have additional details, I will go ahead and run my mouth and tell you. I will go into details and tell you about the different steps, but just relax and listen to these steps and be like, oh, That's simple. And with your realtor, if you're in Wisconsin, like I said, not Wisconsin, if you're in Florida, I'll help you through the steps. But if you're anywhere else, your realtor is going to help you through all these steps. But the first step is just to contact us, and then we'll help you connect with the realtor. We'll help you get pre-approved, and we'll hold your hand through the process. Like, hey, what's going on? Did you guys find a home yet? Is it under contract? Even though you're with another realtor, I'm still going to be calling you because I still want to know what's going on, what's the process, because maybe it's something I can do to help you. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to figure out like where you want to stay. So some people, they say, oh, I want to buy a home, but they don't even know where they want to stay. They don't know what type of house they want. So I always say, just cruise around different neighborhoods and find out where you want to stay. Like the process for me to move to Florida, that's what we did. We went around different neighborhoods and I figured out where I wanted to stay. And when I bought my properties in Wisconsin, I kind of already knew the neighborhoods that I wanted to buy in because these were going to be all investment properties. So I always just looked around the different neighborhoods, drive in, see what's going on. And that's kind of the best way. Just cruise around a little bit, start getting excited about buying a home. Go ahead and just look in the different neighborhoods. And that's like the first thing you want to do. Now, the second thing is you want to set a budget. So you want to decide how much you want to actually spend on your new home. But I can tell you this, think about it like this. This is how much you need to save. This is why I tell people they need to save. If you're looking on buying $100,000 home, look at saving $5,000. So for every $100,000, save $5,000. If it's $200,000, make sure you guys are saving $10,000. If it's $315,000, you may not have to spend that money. You may not have to spend that money, but still, I want you guys to actually have that money saved so that if something was to come up where you will have to spend a little bit more than you expected, you will have it already. Because there's options out there where you guys can put no money down on a home, but they still want to see that you have that money. And when you actually have that money saved, when you move into your new home, say if you buy a $300,000 house and you save $15,000, you can spend that extra money on new furniture, new appliances. You'll be so much better off by just having that money saved. So I always tell people you have to have $5,000 for every $100,000 of a home you're trying to buy. So the third thing I want you to do after okay, I need to have $5,000 for every $100,000. I want you to contact us at that point. I want you to call us. I want you to text us, and I'll have my number at the end. Or you see it on the screen, 833-Rickita. You can call that number also. You can call or text us and say, hey, Rickita, I have my money saved. I'm ready to go. Now, don't forget, when you have your money saved, you should make sure that you have your credit repaired at that same time too. So make sure that you have your credit all the way together. And we'll talk about that on the next step, because sometimes you should just save the money so that you can have it and then get your credit repaired, because sometimes it's going to be so easy. Like I have clients now where it's like they have the money, but their credit is not all the way together, but it only takes a month or two, to get their credit together because it's not that much. But if you have a lot of stuff on your credit, you should kind of start that process really early too. So you want to review your credit score. We talked about that. You want to review your credit score. Now, you have different options out there in terms of buying a home. Now, in this market right here, you really want to make sure you have like a 640 credit score. So when I say a 640 credit score, I mean like your FICO score. So if you're looking on Credit Karma, make sure your Credit Karma reads like a 660 or a 670, if not a 680, because your Credit Karma score is actually higher than your actual credit score. But try to have like a 640. Now, there's different loans out there, like a FHA loan where you can have a 580 credit score. But if you're trying to buy a home right now, if a seller sees that there's multiple people that put in an offer, because there's multiple offers being put in right now. And when I say offers, there's multiple people saying they're going to buy the same home. If they see people got a conventional loan, and a conventional loan, they say they want to have you at like a 620, 640. That's why I said I want you at a 640. If somebody have a conventional loan and you're just trying to have that 580 FHA loan, they're not going to go with you. A conventional loan is better than an FHA loan because it's stronger in terms of just making sure that you're going to actually get that loan. And with an FHA loan, we have 580, you can potentially still get that FHA loan and have that 580 credit score. But I want you to apply and qualify for a conventional loan so that when you go in and put an offer on a home, you just look better. You look like you're more prepared, and the seller won't have any problem at all giving you that home. So if you want to get an FHA loan, that's 3.5% down. So think about like this: $100,000 home, you have to put $3,500 down. Remember, I told you to save $5,000 because you're gonna have additional fees. But $100,000 home, $3,500, $200,000, you're looking at $7,000, and it'll go up from there. So $300,000, you're looking at $10,500 down. That's for the FHA loan. But then they have something like I told you, the conventional loan. Conventional loan, most of the time they want like 10% down, but they have some conventional loans out there where you can actually put 5% down. So with the 5% down, you already have that money saved. I already kind of told you need to save $5,000 for every 100,000. That's 5%. So you may need to save a little bit more, but with the conventional, it's just more stronger. It's really more stronger to have that type of loan. And you can always switch after you get approved for a loan. Now, they have something called the USDA loan. I have somebody on my channel that asks, hey, can you make a video about USDA loans? USDA loans is no money down loans, but it's no money down, but you're restricted to where you're going to buy. That's the thing I want you guys to understand. You're kind of restricted. It's only certain areas that you can actually buy your home in and do the no money down. So take it or leave it with the USDA loan. You may not want to do the USDA loan if you can't get the house in the area that you want to get your house in. And if you really want to do no money down, the Navy Federal Credit Union has a no money down loan right now too that you guys can actually get. Now with Navy Fed, I really want you guys to have like a 640 credit score. Again, 640, 650, so that you can go ahead and get approved for their loan. Now, when it comes down to the no money down loan with them, listen to this carefully, just in case you think about doing it. They have an additional fee that they're going to charge you. But if you was to put that money down, I know it's no money down, but if you was to put that money down, they won't charge you the fee. But just understand that they're going to charge you additional fees. But if you put a little bit more money down, you won't get charged that fee. And with FHA, a lot of people are like, well, I just put the 3.5% down. You have something called PMI, which is mortgage insurance. So every month you're going to have to pay a mortgage insurance until you pay at least 20% off of your home. So 20% off of your home. So if it's $100,000, until you get down to that $80,000 mark, they're going to charge you additional fee. And sometimes it could be $100 a month, $1,200 a year. So it may be better for you just to go ahead and get the USDA loan, get the Navy Federal Credit Union loan, because they don't charge PMI. Get their no money down loan and just put that little money up front. That's why I tell you guys, make sure you save the 5%. So the $5,000 for every $100,000, so that you'll be able to, have the money for these different things. But like I said, 580 credit score for FHA. For the conventional loan, you're looking at like a 620, but I want you at a 640 for all loans. Still get a 640. USDA loan, they want you at a 620. And then one loan I did not go over is the VA loan. So if you're that, this is a good loan for you. For the VA loan, you only need to have a 550 credit score. But I still want you at a 640, just because, you guys, like with a 640, you guaranteed to get the loan. You're not going to have problems. It's like you're not guaranteed, but you have a better chance of getting a loan. But with the VA loan, that's no money down too, you guys, and no PMI. So PMI is that mortgage insurance I said you're going to have to pay. So that is a good option for those people that actually will be able to get the VA loan because they're a vet. So definitely look into getting the VA loan if you have that option. I hope that wasn't too much either. That was like the most craziest part of the whole thing, you guys. A lot of stuff going to that one. So after you connect with a realtor, I want you to start looking at homes. So usually a realtor can send you a list of homes and say, hey, look at these homes. Let me know which ones you want to see. That's what I like to do. I like to just send you a list of homes and I say, hey, let me know which properties you like, and then we'll go ahead and see those properties. So I want you to check out those homes and tour those homes with your realtor, or with me if I'm your actual realtor because you're in Florida. And when you tour those homes, be realistic in terms of, is this really the number of bedrooms I want, or am I being desperate? Like when I say that, a lot of times you're just so happy to buy a home that you're like, you know what, I can settle for this. The kitchen is small, but I'll take it. My bedroom is little, but I'll take it. Really get in there and just see what the house has to offer, see what the home has to offer, and then Look at all the different properties and really see if you can see yourself being in there. A lot of times you're taking out a loan on this house for 30 years. So make sure that this is something that you really want to get. And don't just look at the beauty of it all. Look at the imperfection also. Look at what's wrong with the property, because sometimes you can be so caught into, especially if a house has furniture in it, it's staged. So they may have furniture, they have it all the way laid out. You be so into the furniture that you're not into the house. And when you buy the house, all the furniture is going to leave and you're going to be stuck with a shell. Nothing, just basic layout of the house. So make sure you're looking at the actual house and how everything is set up. Like when I went, I don't know, I think I'm more pickier than most people too when it comes down to buying a home. So when I went through looking at homes, I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'll go in and out. I won't spend a lot of time in a home if I know for sure I won't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be there. So make sure you be realistic and make sure that you're really getting what you really want, because don't forget, this is a 30-year mortgage that you're most likely getting. That's a long time you have to pay off this mortgage. It's a loan. That means if you take out a loan for $400,000 or $300,000, you have to pay it back. And if you do not pay it back, they're gonna take the home back, and everything that you paid into it is just gone. So make sure that this is something that you really want to pay for. You can see yourself being here, and then also look into the resale. Like, okay, when I get this home, if I decide that I want to leave in 5 years, how would that be? Would I have equity in a home? How much are they asking for the home? Look into all the details about that into the home too. How is the layout? I had a video from Thursday where we talked about Airbnb. Is there an extra bedroom that you can actually rent out? Would this house be nice for Airbnb if you decide to move somewhere else? Think about getting additional income or different revenue streams, just in case you want to buy another home and you're just listening to get your first home so that you can eventually invest. So like I said, if you have any questions about a home, make sure you ask your realtor. Like, no question is stupid. Just ask the question. Some people like, this is a stupid question. No, it's not a stupid question. Ask the question. Like, seriously, ask the question. Sometimes people just assume they get the appliances with a property and they don't. So ask it, because you'd be so mad if you thought you were going to get the appliances and you're not going to get it. Okay, so let's see. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to get pre-approved for your home. So after you find out your credit's good, we kind of went over that. At that time, I'll send you over to your mortgage person. They give you a pre-approval. They'll just pull your credit and say, hey, you're pre-approved. Sometimes they'll ask for documents right then and there. Sometimes they won't ask for documents. After you get your pre-approval and you're looking at the homes with your realtor, then you want to put an offer in with the seller. Now, in this type of market, it's a seller's market, which means that you got to have a really good offer or you may not get it approved. I'm not saying be desperate. I see people paying, $20,000 over listing price. That means you're paying $20,000 more than what they asked for. I see people doing things like that. I say don't be too desperate, because that $20,000 extra that you're paying may not even be worth it. And you don't know if something will change with the market. So make sure that you still, you be realistic, seriously. And just because a seller is asking for a certain amount of money don't mean that you're going to pay that amount. Sometimes you may pay more. Sometimes you could possibly pay less, but it would depend on how long that house been on the market too. So if a house been on the market for 2 months, nobody been trying to get it, then you may get a discount on that house. I always tell people, look for those type of homes. Look for your house in terms of investment. Like, you really need to think about the investment part of it all. So make sure you're looking at the different types of homes that's out there that's been on the market for a while, so that you can get a great discount on it. A lot of times people see a brand new house on the market and they want to get it, and then they wondering why they lost out, because they got 20 people that put an offer in, maybe even just 10 people put an offer in, and people paying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 over listing price. So be realistic in terms of how much you want to pay for the property. But when you put your offer in, if the seller accepted, then that's what you're paying. It is what it is. That's what you're going to pay. It's no, I don't want the house anymore. I changed my mind. You could change your mind. It's ways to get out of it, but just understand, like, when you put your offer in on a property, that's how much you're saying you want to pay. So don't go in and say, I'll pay $20,000 more. I'll do that. And then you think about it at night or the next day, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Because you can't just go back. You can't just go back on that. So I want you guys to understand that what you say you're going to pay is what you put on that offer, and that's what you're going to pay at the end when you close on a home. So after you find a home, you got to get your offer, you got to submit it, and then you have to sign all the documents. And usually with my clients, I have them e-sign it, and then I'll send a copy of it to your email. A lot of realtors do the same thing. So you'll e-sign all your documents. Your realtor will get your contracts together. That's the offer. She'll get all your contracts together. She'll put all the details, or he'll put all the details in there that you need for this home. And then they'll send you a copy of it, the electronic copy of it, in your email. So after that, you want to get your home financing. Now, like I told you, you probably already got pre-approved by this point, because when I was telling you about the credit scores, after you make sure that you have the credit score that you want, at that time, go ahead and just get pre-approved. But getting pre-approved is not meaning that doesn't mean you're gonna get the home. They all the way got you approved. You have to actually get approved for that home that you want. So that at that point, you already pre-approved. So you'll talk to your lender and you'll get all the documents in that they want you to have. Usually it's the last 30 days of your bank statement. So they want your bank statement for your last 30 days of check stubs, the last 60 days of your bank statements, your last 2 W-2s for the last 2 years. And that's usually what they'll want. And they'll want a copy of your ID and things like that. But every lender is different. So just get them the documents that they want, because that's like after you put the offer in on the property, other than a home inspection, that's all you really have to do. Like, you sitting back, you relaxing, you waiting on them to finish what they have to finish. So go ahead and get those documents over to them. Now, I always tell people, get a home inspection. A home inspection is not required, but when I tell you that it's going to be well worth the money, it's going to be well worth the money. So a home inspection is where you'll pay someone to come through your home and look at everything that may be wrong with the property. So when they go through the home, they're going to say, hey, this is wrong, that's wrong. And they'll usually send you like a PDF document with pictures showing you everything that's wrong and telling you exactly what's wrong with the property. If you do not get a home inspection, you don't know what you're really buying, really, unless this is what you do. You buy properties and you really, you're good at inspecting properties. Maybe you're a home inspector yourself. Other than that, I always tell people, just pay the money, get it done. Seriously. I bought a property. Remember I told you guys I bought the 4 properties after I bought my first home. One of the properties, they need to get a porch done. It was, if I would have had an inspector, I did not get that property inspected. So if I would have had an inspector, I would have knew that. Like, hey, you're going to have to spend about $6,000 to get this porch done. And if I wouldn't have an inspector, I would have knew that. I know my mom, when I was younger, she was like, man, I wish I would have got an inspection. Or she actually said she got an inspection on her first home, but they had panels up. So that she didn't know that it was mold behind those panels. So that's why I always tell you guys, when you guys have your home inspector, make sure that they inspect everything. But even when she bought that property, they found a lot of things wrong with it too. And she was able to go back to the seller and say, hey, fix this, fix that. I had a client that had some electrical problems wrong, where they had to change out the whole electrical panel in the basement. And we wouldn't have known that if she wouldn't have got that inspection. But that panel, getting that changed, that was like $1,500. And imagine you buying a home and now you find out you have to get that changed yourself, when you could have told the seller to pay out of their own pocket to get that done. That home inspection is well worth it, you guys. You really don't know what you're buying. It's kind of like when you buy a used car at the car dealership. And I've been there, done that. You buy a used car and, you're young, you don't know what's going on with it. And now all this stuff is happening. You should have had the car looked at. It's the same thing, but this is a house. This is something that's like $300,000, $400,000, if not more. So make sure you guys really get that home inspection. It's going to be well worth it for you guys. Seriously. Now, after you guys get that home inspection, or throughout that process, you want to find a solid insurance policy. So you're going to be required to find your own insurance policy. I usually tell clients, like, I went through State Farm to get my insurance. You guys can go through State Farm to get your insurance. But understand, too, if you have a claim with State Farm, I just want to just let you know, if you would have too many claims with State Farm, they will drop you though. But State Farm will give you some nice insurance, and it will not be too much money. But you guys can go to multiple companies too and get your insurance. So make sure you guys just shop around for your insurance policy so that you guys can have something. So if something was to happen with your property, it burns down or something, they'll pay off the money on the mortgage, and probably too, depending on the insurance you get, you'll have some money left over so that you're not just losing out on your investment, because a house is an investment. After the 30 years, however much that house is worth at that time is how much money you can sell it for and get it in cash. So you really want to make sure you have great insurance, and usually you can call them and say, hey, I'm closing in 2 weeks, give them an exact date, and then they'll quote you on how much your insurance will be, and they'll give you a quote for the year. That's what you'll have to give to your mortgage company so that they can add that onto your closing, because your insurance is going to be built into your mortgage. So with your mortgage payment, you're going to have your actual mortgage payment, which when you really look at it, you guys, is really small. You're going to have a really small mortgage payment compared to the overall, compared to your overall payment. So you're going to have the price that you're paying for your home loan. Then you're going to have your taxes that you're going to pay. You remember, you pay your taxes yearly, but they're going to attach it onto your mortgage note. So you're going to have your taxes, and then you're going to have your insurance. And if you guys have PMI, remember that mortgage insurance, and that's an additional payment too. But everything is going to be paid into one lump sum payment, and then they'll divvy it out as they see fit. Now, after you do all of that, you guys, like literally it's that simple. You go through all those steps. It's time for you to close and move into your dream home. So welcome to your new dream home. Congratulations to you. So 3 days before you actually close on your home, throughout the process, one thing I didn't say too is you have to get an appraisal. But the bank or whoever you get a mortgage with, they're going to send out the appraiser to see if that home is worth how much it's worth. And that's something that you'll have to pay for, depending on the company you go with. They may just put it into your closing. So that's money that you'll bring to closing. You won't have to pay an additional fee before you can get the home. But with Navy Fed, they won't actually ask for that money up front. You're not required to pay that money up front. So that's something that you guys can know about. But after the appraisal, everything comes back good, because that's the only thing waiting on. You got to put your docs in, and then they're waiting to see if the house is worth what they saying the house is worth. Then you're going to actually close. But 3 days before you actually close on your home and you sign all the documents and get your keys, you get to do a final walkthrough. So if you did find something in your inspection, and you told them you wanted them to fix it, at this time, that's when you make sure it's fixed. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many times I've seen sellers not have it fixed. So if you're like me, you're nosy. You're like me, you're nosy. Go and look through that property. Go and make sure everything is done before then. If it's outside work, drive past the property, see if anybody over there fixing anything, and just keep in contact with your realtor so that they can contact the seller's realtor, because both you guys have a realtor. You have a realtor and the seller have a realtor. They can contact the seller realtor and see how everything is going. But 3 days before closing, that's when you actually go through the property, see how everything look, lay on the floor, do some snow angels. But just get all happy that you're going to close in this home in 3 days. The reason why you can't close right away, you have to go look at the home first, is because they have to give you something called closing disclosures. Your closing disclosure is going to tell you how much you're paying for the home, how much all the fees are, where all the money is going, and down to, hey, you have to pay this fee, that fee. The realtors are getting paid this amount. This amount is going towards this amount going towards that. We charging you this much in interest. You have to know all of that, because they want you to sleep on it for 3 days. And then come in and sign all the documents. But when you go in and sign the documents, you guys, it's like the best day of your life. So just go in happy, have your ID, however much on the closing disclosures, which is 3 days before you close. They'll tell you exactly how much you have to bring to closing. However much is on that closing disclosure, then that's how much you have to bring as your down payment. I had a client only have to bring $69 down because they did the USDA loan I told you guys about. So look on the closing disclosure, and they'll tell you exactly how much you have to put down on your home. So after you get your keys, then you have to plan the day you want to move. The house is yours. When you go ahead and sign those documents, it shouldn't take that long. Some people take like 15 minutes for them to go in, sign those documents, and go about their business. they can decide they can move in right then and there. I had clients that literally had their whole house packed up and they was moving in right then and there. I had clients where they waited a while, they moved in slowly, but you have to plan your moving day and you have to start moving into your home. But when you have those keys, the house is yours. So you go in and you do as you see fit. I always tell people, when you get your keys though, go over to the house and change all your locks. Like, because so many people going through that house to even look at it, view it. Realtors have access, seller have access. Change your locks, you guys, seriously, because you never know who have the keys to that home, who has the keys to that home. So make sure you guys change your locks. But the house is yours. Go in and do as you please. Now, some of my clients too, they buy new construction. And with new construction, that's when they're actually building the house from the ground up. Sometimes you can buy a model home where that area is already built out. And when the area is already built out, they may have one home that's, was a model that they'll show people like, hey, this is what the house will look like. You can actually buy the model home. In some areas in Florida, they'll say, hey, give us $10,000. You can have all the furniture in this home. So that means all the beds, even like, look right here in this image, you can have the tables, you can have everything that you see here is yours. So some people may have it like that, where they literally just moving into the house and everything is there with the brand new furniture. So you plan your moving day, you plan on what you want to do, but understand when you have those keys, everything is yours. So keep that in mind. And congratulations again, because this process, like I said, is really a process where you're going to get your hand held through the process. Don't be scared to ask any questions. Ask any questions that you want, but usually you'll have your hands held. So if you miss a step, your realtor is right there to say, hey, we have to do this next. Hey, we have to do that next. Just use this as like a guide, and you can always watch it again just to get pointers. So I want to go over the process again. So the first thing you want to do is just do your initial research. Figure out where you want to buy. Set your budget. Understand that you need to have $5,000 for every $100,000 that you want to buy on a home. So if you buy a house for $100,000, $5,000 you need saved. If you buy a home for $200,000, you need to have $10,000 saved. If you buy a home for $300,000, you need to have $15,000 saved. And then next, you want to make sure that you hiring your real estate agent. But if you contact us, we'll already have that person on file for you that you could actually use. Understand too, I know it says hire your real estate agent. When you are having your real estate agent, usually the seller, they're going to be the person that actually pays for your real estate agent. So don't think, oh my gosh, that's an additional fee. The seller already set aside money for their agent and your agent. So don't think of it like that. A lot of times you're not going to pay your agent anything, but they're going to work for you because the seller already paid for it. So keep that in mind. And then seek your pre-approval, your credit pre-approval. That's when you go to the mortgage company and say, hey, I want to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Some mortgage companies can give you a pre-approval, like I said, within an hour. Some of them will have to take 24 to 48 hours. But just go ahead and seek that pre-approval. And then I want you, step number 5, I want you to visit some of the homes with your realtor. After that, step number 6, I want you to make an offer with the seller. So make the offer. Step number 7, after you make the offer, I want you to sign all those documents just to make sure that the offer is actually official. So that's when your realtor is going to get everything together. You're going to sign all your contracts, and it's kind of going to make everything official. Step number 8 is to get your home financing. And with your home financing, you guys, that's just basically turning all your documents in with the person that you already got your pre-approval with, the company you got your pre-approval with. Whatever documents they need, make sure you get that to them right away, because you can be the person that hold up yourself from getting a home by just not turning your documents in on time. Step number 9 is that's when you're going to actually get your insurance policy. And don't forget, at that time too, after you start turning your documents in with the mortgage company, you want to actually get that home inspection. It's not required, but I really think you guys should get that home inspection. And step number 10 is that's when you're going to close and move into your home. So it's not that much of a hard process, you guys. It's like these steps. You make sure your credit is together. After your credit's together, you contact me. I'll help you get approved with the mortgage company. So I'll find out, hey, you know what? You should go with this mortgage company. I'll find you a mortgage company. After you get your pre-approval, I'll give you a realtor. I'll say, hey, this is a great realtor for you. And after you get your realtor, then they're going to show you some homes. After you find a home that you want, you put an offer in and say, hey, I want this home. After you put your offer in, listen, that's already step number 7. After you put your offer in, you want to turn in the last documents to your mortgage company and get your home inspection. After you get your home inspection, work on getting your insurance policy. Your insurance policy could take 30 minutes to an hour at the most on the phone, and that's it. Get your insurance policy. The lender that you're going to use is going to get your appraisal. They're going to order the appraisal. You don't find that person, they'll have that person. And after they get that appraisal, then it's time for you to close. You do your final walkthrough, and then 3 days later, you go ahead and close on your home. It's really that simple. So again, you guys, if you have any questions, make sure you guys let me know. You can call or text me. Here's my phone number here. And also make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you can call this number, or you can actually call or text 833 Rickita. And if you guys ever have any questions, definitely let me know. And it looks like I did a typo on my phone number. So my phone number is 407-374-2747. So I actually did do a typo. It's actually 374. So I'll make sure I edit that. But you guys can always text or call 833 Rickita, which I already have on the screen, and we can route you over whenever you guys have a question. So again, 407-374-2747. And if you guys have any questions, let's kind of go over those questions now. Let's go over any questions that you guys may have now. And I know that's a lot. I know that's like a lot of stuff that I went over. But like I said, I'm here for you guys. So call or text anytime. And I have people on my team that can answer any questions that you may have. So let's go over everyone's question. So how long does it take to increase your credit score? I told you guys, when it comes down to increasing your credit score, everybody's situation is different. Like, you know, in somebody's case, they may be able to increase their credit score in 30 days. Some other people's cases, they may have a lot of things on their credit. They may not have enough credit cards, and it's going to take them, you know, it may take them a whole 6 months, 7 months, or even a year to increase it. It depends. Sometimes I have clients where I say, hey, you need to get a credit card. And when I say a credit card, I mean a secure credit card, because where your credit is at, nobody wants to give you a credit card, but they may not have the money to even get the secure credit card. They're like, or they don't even want to pay for the secure credit card. So they'd rather go the slower route with getting, you know, doing the shopping cart trick, you know, getting into the system, or even waiting to get the mail-in offers. So everybody's situation is different, but I always tell people to just be patient and look at the steps that you have to take, and then take them right away. So if I tell you need 4 credit cards, don't wait a few months to get it. That same month, right then and there, you just go ahead and get your credit cards, because next month you're going to see a great increase in your credit score. If you know your utilization is bad in terms of you maxed out your credit cards, pay down your credit cards as soon as possible. Any extra money you have, you pay down your credit cards, and you don't use those credit cards again, because you're going to see your credit scores go up so much just by paying down those credit cards. But like I say, everybody's situation is different. So I guess I believe you already signed up. So if you want to talk directly about your case, then definitely let me know, and we can look into your credit reports directly. Yes, you will be. You will be. A lot of times people are like, I don't know if I'm going to actually buy a home. I really want to. Say you're going to do it, and you're going to really do it. That's it. When you say you're going to do something, that's when it really happens. So say you're going to be a first-time home buyer, speak it into existence. I've been putting a lot of like motivation on my Instagram page when it comes down to buying a home. Even YouTube, I've been showing you guys so many different small videos, like different rooms of a house, just so you guys can get motivated. And I don't like to show you guys the whole house, because you may not like a certain part of the house, but look at them homes when you feel sad, when you feel discouraged, or if you want to continue to stay excited, and hopefully that helped you out. But you will be a first-time home buyer. Hey, I hope you've been doing good. It's been a long time with me going live. I know. And you know what? Maybe just my face getting a little chubby from the baby. I don't want to go live. I don't know. I just been so busy, you guys. But I want to make sure I start going live. Hey, you missed your power attorney. Well, when I say power of attorney for my uncle, he passed away like 2 times, and then they brought him back, and they like, hey, what do you want us to do? So I was a power of attorney of his medical decision. So at that time, they say, hey, do you want us to just let him have a slow death? We can just let him slowly die, and we'll be painless. And I'm like, no, that's not what he asked for. My uncle asked, let him just straight out die, and that's it. So that's what I've been by power of attorney of my uncle. Oh, let me know if you need help with getting a realtor. But sometimes if you already have a realtor, you already kind of signed the contract with them that they're your realtor. But let me know if you need me to refer you out to a realtor. I think you said you was like in the Miami area, right? I just had someone on my podcast that was in that area, and he's like, yeah, them houses out there is like, he's actually in Fort Lauderdale though. They're flying off the shelves, and then a lot of people are overpaying on it. And Navy Fed too, it's slow too. That's the sad thing. I'm telling you the truth. One of my buyers that's closing on her house, they hopefully they'll be closing in a week and a half. They had Navy Fed at first. They were so slow. I mean, we were always on the phone calling, trying to see what to do. And I said, hey, you may need to just switch the company that you're going to go with. And then also, too, the fees with Navy Fed, the interest rate was way higher than them actually switching. Navy Fed had them at and granted, their credit score wasn't the best. I think it was like a 680, but still, Navy Fed had them at a 4.75 interest rate, but now they're at a 3.5 with another person, with another company. So Navy Fed is kind of slow. I know. And then your realtor, you said it may be moving slow, but if you haven't signed a contract, let me know. I can send you over a realtor today and they'll be able to help you. Oh, Louisiana in the house. I was just watching a movie yesterday with Louisiana. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I told Babe, I was like, I really want to go out there. I really want to see like what's going on. I bought a ticket before, but I never just went. I didn't go. I bought a ticket for me and my brother and my sister, but we never went. So maybe I have to come out there. Maybe if you're closing your home, you'll invite me over. Texas in the house. Okay, here you go right here too. So in Miami, yeah, in Homestead, Florida. Okay. Oh yeah, Kimberly, you are in Orlando because you signed up originally for my home buying class, and I kind of just put y'all into my full on YouTube channel. I just thought it'd be easier. I know I was supposed to come in person and actually do my class, but my uncle, the one that passed away, he actually had COVID, and I haven't been feeling my best either. I haven't been around him, but I just like, you know what? Let me just have it online just to be safe, just because I don't want to have to go out and be around too many germs. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to meet up, and then I have your phone number, so maybe I'll call you in a little bit if you're available. Let me know if you're available. I'll call you right after this. Oh, Georgia. Y'all right there. Y'all right there from Florida. I'm not sure what you're saying too. They give you such a small limit. I missed that. Oh, okay. You're in Colorado. It's cold out there. You have to move to Miami. I was just in Miami in August. Yep, I was just in Miami in August. It's really nice. So I'm happy for you. Definitely I'm happy for you. Do you know about grants that can help you move to different states? They have different grants out there in general where you can go ahead and get a loan. But when you go, like if they have different no money down programs out there for first time, not first. Well, they have some for first time home buyers, but I mean like the first respondent. So the essential workers, like the nurses, police officers. And if you're moving to a certain area, at least you know you can do that. And they have grants too. So you'll have to ask your realtor, you'll have to ask your realtor directly, like about those grants, or not even really your realtor. Ask the mortgage company that you're going to go with. Ask them, do they have any grants out there, or any programs you can use? But in this type of market, if you're thinking about using a grant, it's going to be very, very, very hard for you to actually get a home because everything is like delayed, you guys. It's really delayed. Like seriously delayed. Like when you think about doing like the no money down, it's gonna take longer for you to get a home. And they kind of want people with conventional, because conventional, they can close you out faster. When you're doing like USDA, that may take you 45 days sometimes to get that closed out. So when you think about getting these grants, understand that if you get a house and you plan on getting a grant, if it takes too long, you may miss out on that house. So just keep that in mind. Oh, that's good. So remember, when it comes down to your mortgage too, or getting approved for a home loan, so you doing a VA loan, which should be no money down. VA loans, like I told you guys, is no money down, but the amount of money that they're approving you for with the house is based off of your income. So how much you're bringing in, that's how much you can think, okay, I got this much coming in, so they're going to approve me for this amount. And usually if you talk to your mortgage company, they'll let you know how much they're going to approve you for. Your credit score is going to dictate how much they're going to charge you on your interest rate. So understand that's how much they're going to charge you on your interest rate. Oh, that's good. She said she's using a program that's going to give up to $6,000 for her first-time home buyers. Oh, that's good. They'll give it to you, but don't ask them too. How long is it going to take for them to close you out? Is it going to take longer to get that? Rickita, have you seen anyone but with the bankruptcy? I'm not sure where this question came in at. If you guys had a bankruptcy, let me kind of answer it like that. If you guys have a bankruptcy, Chapter 13, you have to wait 1 year to buy. And if you had a Chapter 7, you have to wait 2 years. So let's kind of answer it that way. First-time home buyers every 7 years. I don't think that first-time home buyers every 7 years. This is why. If you guys want to wait till the market kind of slow down some, I always tell my buyers about this, especially if you're single, if you're a man or a woman, I don't care. If you have one kid and you don't care about switching them around to different properties. FHA loan, you're allowed to have one FHA loan at a time where you put 3.5% down, right? So you'll go ahead and buy a house with an FHA loan. And a lot of people think all FHA loans is for first-time home buyers. No. You get the FHA loan, and after that, you refinance. You go to a bank and say, hey, I have a loan with FHA. I want you guys to refinance. Hopefully you guys bought right so that you can walk away from the table with some money, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, so that you'll take the extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and get another FHA loan, because with FHA loan, you can only have one at a time. And usually it's going to take about a year for somebody to refinance you. So technically you can get a house every year with 3.5% down. So think of it like that. And that's like being a first-time home buyer all over again, because a lot of times when you want to buy a home, if you're thinking about buying another home and you still have that FHA loan, they're going to want you to put 20% down. So think about it like that. Oh, somebody said researched new energy programs. You can back out, but you won't get your earnest money back. So when you first put an offer in on a property, you say, hey, I'm gonna put this amount of money down on it. And if you were to back out of it, that money that you put down, usually some people put like 1% down of the home. Some people put $500,000 down. You're not gonna get that money back. This is basic dispute letter. So if you guys aren't signed my exclusive credit membership, and if you're not, make sure you guys text SCORE to 21,000. I have a link where you can actually sign up for it. But for a bankruptcy, all you have to do is send out letters to the credit bureaus. And also you want to get your bankruptcy removed from some company called LexisNexis. Like that's really the ins and out of it. And I think I have a video on YouTube telling you exactly how to get a bankruptcy removed. But basically, sometimes I'll send a basic letter to the credit bureaus and it'll get the bankruptcy removed. I wouldn't say Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo and me, I got accounts with them. I don't like them. I always say Navy Fed because I love Navy Fed, but they're really not the best too. I always say go to a mortgage broker to get that loan. But if you guys ever have any questions, definitely let me know. Thank you guys for signing up for my home buying program. If you actually signed up or even been on YouTube so that you can actually see this program. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys right here call or text 833-RICKITA and I'll be happy to help you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video. Bye-bye.